on my weight loss journey, I've been doing all of the things. I've been keeping in a calorie deficit. I've been logging every bit of food I eat. I am drinking a lot of water. I go to the gym a couple of days a week. I could I could increase my steps, but I am doing more steps than I usually do. All those things have indeed made a difference. But you know what is making a huge difference? I bet you could tell. Oh, these are furry. Sleep. Sleep is the hidden hack for losing weight over 55, in my case, in my mid 60s. Let me tell you more. Now, don't come at me and tell me how incredibly difficult it is for you to get a full night's sleep. I totally get you. I totally understand. That was true for me as well. I used to be a fantastic sleeper, like one of those people who'd put their head down on their pillow and then conk out. I made my sister jealous. I made everyone who knew me jealous. They would talk about me. Oh, is Kelly sleeping again? Oh, did Kelly just go to bed and fall asleep again? I had a guest who was staying over and was reading a book called How We Sleep or Why We Sleep. And he kept talking about sleep constantly. So I did a little research on my own and discovered really how important sleep is to all our metabolic processes. Duh. I guess if I thought about it for a minute, I would have come up with that on my own. But thinking about how sleep helps us digest, how sleep helps us process our memories, gives us dreams, turns our cells over, all of that good stuff. And it occurred to me, ding, 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 that maybe sleep would be helpful in my weight loss journey. So I had been working on losing weight for a while. I feel that, truthfully, I'm always working on losing weight. But I've had some success and I wanted to dial it up. So I started doing my own research into the whole sleep thing and realized it, in fact, is very, very important for us in all of the aspects I just mentioned. And as an added bonus, does help us lose weight when we try and add those other great things to our weight loss schedule. And it also really helps us lose weight when we add it to the things we're already trying to do to lose some weight. Just a little aside, I don't want to just look better. I mean, who doesn't want to look better? But I really need to lose weight as part of my ongoing diabetes management. I was diagnosed a little later in life with type 2 diabetes, and I'm on a mission, an absolute mission to beat it back. And losing weight is a key. It's a real important component of minimizing the effect that diabetes can have on you. So I don't know about you, but during COVID, my sleep pattern was a total shit show. I was working from home and freelancing for part of it, and that meant I had crazy deadlines. I would work very, very late, sometimes till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And because I'm a morning person, I also tried to wake up early to get big chunks of work done before everyone else came to work. That totally disrupted any kind of pattern that I may or may not have had as it relates to my sleep. My poor body didn't know which end was up. It didn't know how it could rely on me. And you know what? My body does rely on me, just like yours relies on you. It has to trust us to do the right thing. And you know what? Drinking caffeinated drinks, doing all those other things to stay awake while you're working on deadline is not being a friend to your body. So one of the first things that I experimented with, and for the most part have stuck with, is setting bedtimes. Not just a bedtime to go to sleep, but a bedtime to wake. And I try and do this reliably 7 out of 7 days a week. And I know that sounds insane. And if you want to sleep in on a Sunday, terrific. I get it. But for me, waking up between 5 and 5:30 and going to bed, you know, anywhere between 9:30 and 10:30, I know, is key. Now in the summer, to enjoy the beautiful longer days, I stretch that going to bedtime. And of course, if there's a fun night out or a special event, yeah, that bedtime gets moved. But I stick to the waking up time. I stick to the waking up time. And this thing back here, if I didn't wake up at the same time every day, she would wake me up at the same time every day because basically I live only to be her can opener. Another really helpful tip, which helps your weight loss in general, but also helps increase the quality of your sleep, is not eating or drinking alcohol close to your bedtime. Now, again, I'm not talking about a special night out or a special, fun evening, but food and alcohol near bedtime for me are just a disaster. Alcohol in general breaks up your sleep. I know everyone thinks a nice glass of wine can relax us before we go to bed, and it may for the first hour or two. But as I've come to know personally, alcohol just is absolutely a destroyer of quality sleep. And over the years, I've drank less and less, but when I'm focusing on weight loss, I try and make sure I don't drink it later in the evening because it'll kill me. I can ruin a whole week's worth of careful eating based on 1 or 2 glasses of wine, and I'm not going down for that. I have discovered, for me personally, having some repeatable nighttime tasks that I do before I turn in really helps send a signal to my brain unconsciously that I'm getting ready for bed, that we are winding down the night and I will soon be under the covers. So that could be really making sure there are no dishes in the sink because that bothers me, wiping down the kitchen countertop, picking up 1 or 2 things, giving my cat a good night treat. If I'm with my partner, we'll have our interaction. I'll wash my face, I'll brush my teeth, and then that is it. And I can't do any of these high maintenance, multi-step kinds of self-care rituals late at night. I am too tired. So anything like that has to happen way earlier in the evening. I'm pretty low maintenance as it is, but I definitely just need some simple tasks before I go to sleep. And signaling to myself, which is hilarious that you do this, really does help put my whole body, not just my thinking about going to sleep, but puts my whole body in the zone and ready for a good night's nap. Okay, I'm going to be honest and share with you something I am still working on. I am still working on going into my bed, turning off the lights, and then doom scrolling on social media. It's tough for me. I definitely have this like FOMO of missing late breaking news or something funny. And I also have an endlessly curious mind. And as soon as I lay down, I think of 5 things I want to know the answer to. And there's Google right there at my fingertips on the nightstand. So I often actually leave my phone outside my room. I put the ringer up high and I plug it in and leave it in a room or the hallway nearest to my bedroom so I'm not tempted to go look at it. Otherwise, if I get up for a glass of water or if I get up to use the bathroom, I find myself reaching for the phone, and before you know it, 15-20 minutes of my sleep time has been given over to nobody, has been given over to the social media gods. And you know what? That ain't happening anymore. I use my Alexa voice assistant to turn on some beautiful white noise for me at night. I love listening to the sounds of the ocean. One of my favorites is Thunderstorms Far Away. Sometimes I listen to crystal bowls and kind of like meditative sounds. Any of those work for me. They just chill out my energy level and get me in a good place for sleep. And it works. Once in a while, I have a really rough night. And then I do find myself reaching for my phone and listening to a meditation. I love the Balance app. Again, this is not at all sponsored, but Balance is great. They have a guy there whose name I can't pronounce, who has this incredibly rich, velvety, buttery voice. And if he tells me to fall asleep, I am. Yeah. So with all this focus on sleep, where am I now? Well, I'm about 10, maybe 15 if I'm pushing it, pounds away from like my ultimate goal weight, like a goal weight I haven't been in since high school. And I think I'll get there. I'm doing a reasonable 1 pound a week and doing all the things we talked about: water, steps, maybe more steps, calorie deficit, lifting weights, and really prioritizing sleep. And prioritizing sleep was the great hack, the secret hack, the tip I wish honestly I knew 20 years earlier of trying to lose weight. It makes all those other things work optimally. And, really, what's better than that? So when the day comes in approximately 3 to 4 months, when I reach that ultimate goal weight, I will do a hooray on here for all of us to share in together. But until then, I wish you a lot of luck, and I hope you do watch one of my other videos. I have one up here. Brain Flowers is meant to be a place for us over 55 to learn how to cope with the challenges that we have now. And it's crazy out there, so don't fill your brain with weeds. Go pick yourself some brain flowers.